This video is an intervention for Edge. In all seriousness, Edge, I've got a question for you. What the hell? What the hell, man? What are you doing? What have you done? What have you done? You had a great career, and then it ended, right? 10 years later, you get to restart it. What a miracle. And then top program after top program, you create Judgment Day. You headline WrestleMania, the greatest match of all time with Randy Orton. I don't really believe that, but that's what it was billed. You had so many great matches in your second run. You built a name for yourself inside WWE, throughout wrestling history. You even have a decent career in Hollywood. You're in a reoccurring character on Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Disney Plus series. You had a lot going for you. And then what do? You join AEW? What the hell are you thinking? Oh my God, Double or Nothing. You jumped off the steel cage. Dude, you're 50 freaking years old. You jumped off a steel cage, landed on your feet, and broke your legs. Come on, man. You're smarter than that. Or are you not? Do people go to AEW and just lose the ability to really just think? Because Daniel Bryan's a little cuckoo now, too. The only two people who seem to have gone to AEW and not completely lost their marbles is Christian and CM Punk. Other than that, everybody else, the jury's still out on Sasha Banks because she's not been there long enough, but everybody else, it's like, what's going on? Edge, much respect for actually going down there for the love of the sport. I do give you that, but there's a balance, okay? There's a balance. Dude, you had the most perfect spot in WWE. You were brought in for big time matches. You could still wrestle, but they weren't doing the wear and tear on your body. I'm sorry, but you're 50 years old. Okay? You used to be able to do off the ladder spears or spear into a burning table, but that was a while ago, dude. That was a long time ago. You know how you stopped doing R-rated scenes in the middle of the ring? Well, you need to stop doing these crazy spots also, because that part of your career is over. There are segments of your career in which you can do things, and you're in the segment of your career where you need to slow it down, and you use the status and reputation that you have built to guide you through your matches at this point. Now, I'm not saying phone it in. I'm definitely not saying phone it in, but I am saying, dude, relax, okay? Maybe this doesn't matter. You might be done forever now. You literally might be done forever, because when you're 50 years old and you break your legs from jumping off the top of a steel cage, things don't just, sit back in place. You're not 24 anymore, and you weren't even breaking your leg like this when you were 24. I just don't get it. You devalued yourself so much by going to AEW. You should have really looked at Christian as an example of what to do in AEW. You look at Christian, he's not doing these crazy things, and maybe he does a crazy thing once in a while. He was kind of lost at the beginning, but once he found his gimmick, which is it's so funny, his gimmick is making fun of dead dads, but it's hilarious. Once he found his sweet spot, look at him. He's literally one of the biggest stars in AEW, and he's not jumping off cages. Again, respect for coming in and wrestling people, but what, dude? You're wrestling on random collision matches on Saturday night. Daniel Garcia, Lee Moriarty, the mime guy, Danhausen. You're in 6-person matches that mean nothing. I get it, you love the sport. Don't you care about your brand? You gotta care more about your brand now than ever before, because you're 50. You can't do as much as you used to. WWE would have re-signed you, and they would have kept you wrestling. I know that's your thing. You wanted to wrestle week in, week out. Dude, it just... buy a Corvette. You're having a midlife crisis, buy a Corvette. You were blessed with an opportunity to come back after a career-ending injury. You could be in that title picture fighting Cody Rhodes, but no, you're jumping off a cage on Double or Nothing pay-per-view, and the spot, nobody even cares about it. Really, nobody even cares about it. We cared more about Gangrel coming back. That was the headlines. Not that you jumped off the top of a cage, but Gangrel coming back. That should tell you something. We care more about storylines and character than these crazy high spots. Plus, it's AEW. They set a guy on fire like a match or two later. Literally set him on fire. And doing crazy stunts left and right. Anarchy in the arena. When Mick Foley was thrown off of the cage, that was it. That was the only spot. Well, the only spot that was planned. Because when they chokeslammed him through the actual cage, that was not planned. It just happened. Happy coincidence, right? What I'm saying is, like, these high spots, they mean nothing. There's a reason that Christian is more over with dead dad jokes than almost anybody who's willing to just jump through glass. It's just mind-boggling, Edge. How are you going to film Percy Jackson now? What are you going to do? You're going to wheelchair in? You're a god, dude. You can't wheelchair that in. This match meant nothing. This match meant nothing, and they've already moved on. Oh, we stripped him of the title, let's go forward. And granted, yeah, well, you gotta just move on. I'm not faulting AEW for that, but they just moved on, and you're gonna be totally 100% forgettable in AEW. Your matches will have meant nothing to your career. Nothing. AEW will be a footnote. No pun intended. And it's like, dude, you had the perfect career in WWE. They were going to give you just high-profile matches once a month, maybe once every other month. Get that wrestling bug out of your system, right? Bring you back for the big shows. God, wrestlers would kill to just be on the big shows like that. And again, respect. You want to be on the show week in, week out, but sometimes you got to listen to the professionals to know what's good for you. And WWE and their doctors and their people and their wisdom were probably just like, you know what, Edge, we'll get more out of you if we stretch it out. You know, less is more sometimes. They even gave you the perfect ending. You wanted to go away for a little bit? They gave you the perfect out. SmackDown, main event, in front of your hometown in Canada. Wrestling Sheamus, someone who's a really good wrestler, and you win. Most people who retire go out on their backs 1, 2, 3, but you got to win on your final match. And then what? 2 months later, you show up in AEW, and look at you now. Broken legs. Broken legs. Edge. I did a video on Is Cody Stupid? And that was all kayfabe, though. Cody was making kayfabe dumb decisions. You, Adam Copeland, not Edge, are making real-life dumb decisions. And if this ever gets to you, I'm sure you could be like, well, who the hell are you? I'm a nobody, Edge. I am an absolute nobody, but you're a somebody. You have a name. You need to protect that. You really gotta protect that. And what you did? Stupid, man. Jumping off a steel cage on a pay-per-view where everybody is doing these crazy stunts. And that's AEW for the last 5 years. Nobody cares anymore about these stunts. So why even bother? Edge, please, 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 please ask for your release with AEW. Because when you go back, if your legs actually heal and you go back, you never know, dude. That's a ticking time bomb over there. Someone is going to die in the middle of the ring. And I don't want it to be you. I don't want it to be anybody. I wish people would listen to the Disco Inferno and just start being safe. Really, start being safe. Use these big moves. One big move a pay-per-view. One big move a show. That's all you really need. Start learning ring psychology. And that's why I'm so disappointed in you, Edge, because you know ring psychology. You did that match with Randy Orton, the greatest match of all time. Was it the greatest match of all time? No. But Undertaker thought it was a really good match. You know ring psychology, so use it. You could have really elevated that place by teaching people how to really wrestle instead of going down to their level to get the approval of what? A bunch of indie wrestlers? Dude, they need your approval, not the other way around. Okay? What do you guys think? Am I, like, kind of overreacting? Was it a cool spot? Was this an awesome move for Edge's career, the final bow on his career? You tell me in the comments below. And by doing that, you also get a chance to win one of these belts. Smoking Skull, Winged Eagle. I got the big WWE belt. The more comments you do in more videos, the more chances you get to win, because I'm going to randomly do it once I hit 10,000 subscribers. I acknowledge Edge in WWE, but I do not acknowledge some life decisions of Adam Copeland in AEW. Just like I hope you acknowledge the subscribe button, and you guys have a great day.